Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. And I just found out that cursive handwriting is being taken out of public schools all across the United States. That's just wrong on so many levels. The Constitution of the United States, written completely in cursive. The Gettysburg Address is written completely in cursive. The law or the amendment of the Constitution that abolishes slavery is written completely in cursive. I can go on. In in Hebrews, in Colossians, in Ephesus, Paul wrote a couple of his epistles saying, I write this large in my own hand. In other words, if somebody over here is trying to forge me or lie on me or whatever, you're going to know what I said about the Bible. Because handwriting is very distinctive. My handwriting is different from that person's handwriting, is different from that person's handwriting. Even if we're writing the same letters, our brain can recognize each individual character, but nobody's handwriting is the same. So for people that wanted to alter the law or alter the word of God, his handwriting in his own hand, especially when he made it larger, was so distinctive that no one could deny that he wrote that. My handwriting is very distinctive. If someone tried to say, oh, Kay wrote that, everybody's going to know that ain't her handwriting, simply for the fact that it doesn't look like my handwriting. There's a kid that tried to write something nasty on a wall and balled it up in a piece of paper and threw it to the front of a bus, trying to frame my daughter, said some mean things, trying to get her suspended from school. Spelled her name wrong. And then wrote it on those 3-line sheets of paper like you would see for kindergartners or whatever. And my daughter at the time was in the 4th or 5th grade, and she wrote all her stuff in cursive at that time because she was a little bit advanced as a child. She's advanced as an adult because she learned how to do cursive at the time. She learned how to say her name, spell her name, write her name, because I taught her. So that being said, taking cursive writing out of schools, first of all, is stupid because the Constitution and this country was governed by laws written in this document, and those that don't know the Constitution can be easily stripped of their constitutional rights because they don't know what's in there. That's like a couple of presidents said, well, that's unconstitutional. The whole room, they shut their mouths for 2 reasons. One, they either don't know what's in the Constitution because they never read it, or 2, they knew that, hey, he knows what's in that document, and I know what's in that document. I can't bend the law to my will because they know what's in there. Well, if you don't know what's in it, how are you going to defend it? Duh. Plus, writing in cursive is actually easier than writing in print. I'm a stroke patient twice over. The first thing that I did when I was getting back to my senses was read writing in cursive because there's synapses in your brain that connect the dots and you get back your failed memories and so forth and so on quicker when you read cursive writing. Duh. Because of the way the brain works. This is a letter I wrote to my grandkids. It's completely in cursive. Guess why? Because I want them to read it and keep reading it until they understand what they wrote. I even have the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog for howling at the moon. That sentence that has all the letters, every single one in the alphabet, is written in cursive, so they'll be able to recognize it. I'm also going to write it again in all capital letters in cursive, so that way when they go to practice, when they go to learn, so forth and so on, they'll be able to. The schools might have taken away cursive writing. You as a parent, don't take that away. Teach your children, even if you have to do it on your own. If you don't know it, have someone, get your grandma, get your auntie, get someone that has a clue to teach your children cursive writing. It's common sense. I mean, there are places in the world where, the King of England, well, English, that phrase still got me. English, anarchy, French, Scottish, all these places that have a king and queen, royal families, they wasn't officially ordained as being royal until the documents that stated this is the queen of this and this is the king of that, ordained or coronated on this date and that date, had to be written by law in script. In other words, cursive. Don't print that stuff. If it's print, it could have been done by one of them peasants over there. But if it was in script, that's how they knew it was an official document. The first copies of the Bible, the King James Version, the Gutenberg Bible as is also known as, was written completely and by hand in cursive. And needless to say, for a while, only, the Vatican and priests and so forth and royalty had a copy of it because they had to be written one at a time by hand. Now we could print that stuff out. It's like, hey, I want the Bible on my phone. Doop, I got the Bible on my phone. I downloaded an app. And God's word will never fail. But you still need to have a copy of your own Bible. I have 9 of them in this house and 1 in my car. Probably some more, because when they get worn out, I get a new one. But guess what? If someone said it ain't official unless it's written in cursive, I would go make sure I have one in cursive, even if I have to copy it letter for letter, word for word myself. So it's important. If you care about your kids' future, teach them cursive, because the way this society is going, they're abolishing cursive writing in schools and script and calligraphy and all the things that we grew up with. But them terrorists over there know cursive writing, and they can sneak something in there if you're not aware of what it says, because you can't read it anyway. That's a far-fetched, last-ditch scenario, but what if it happened? That's like they made a whole movie, The Book of Eli. The Book of Eli, in case you've never seen the movie, that's a Bible. It's a lost testament of the Bible that was the last one to be found. When people tried to destroy the Bible, they changed the name to Eli, as in Elijah. So this guy's running around trying to hide the book from people that want to destroy it, and, because God's word don't fail. Think of it like that. If cursive goes away, our society will fail their children, because their children need to know what those laws are. They need, some of the earliest scripts of the Bible was written by hand. So you need to know if you don't know, and if you know it, teach your babies. And for the place that has keep cursive writing in schools and the campaign, all that, sign that petition to keep it in schools. Even if you have to hire a tutor, make sure that's done. That's all I have to say on that. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly-People.blogspot.com, and my soaps, PurpleButterfly Soaps, can be located at People.etsy.com. Y'all stay blessed and stay tuned. Bye now.